Okay, looking at the stuff for the binomial. The first is the NCR, just getting the number of combinations. To get there, you use option, and I'm in run at the moment, and you go to probability, which usually takes a couple of F6s, probability, and then you can see NCR. So if you've got, like in the note, 4 trials, how many different ways can you line up 3 successes? You would put it in like that, 4, NCR 3, and then you get 4. These grow quite a bit quickly, so if you had 10 trials and you wanted to line up how many different ways could you line up 3 successes, then you got 120, so they grow pretty quickly. The rest of the binomial is dealt with in stat. Go into stat, go into distribution, and predictably binomial, which is on F5, and you just have these two. We don't use the inverse that I can think of. BPD is for a particular value, BCD is for when we want a cumulative run up to a given number. So I'm just scrolling through my notes, and so I'll go back to the airport situation. So if we look at BPD first, and X stands for the number of successes, and in the note was the probability that 8 out of 12 flights will leave on time. So 8 is the number of successes, which is X on the calculator. Num trial is 12 in that case. This is question B on the notes. P stands for probability of success, which is 0.85 probability they leave on time. And that's your answer straight away. If I exit a couple of times, go right back. Distribution. If the question changes and I'm looking at what up to 6 flights depart on time out of 12, I would go cumulative. I would up to and including 6, I would put 6 in. Now the probability is unchanged, still 12 trials. Now it's going to add up for everything from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 arriving on time, and it'll give us that. Now whenever we see the E and the negative 0, 3 here, remember that's just a really small probability, and so we've actually got to shift the decimal point by 3 spaces this way, so that would really be 0.0046 is what we would record to 2 decimal places. If we're doing the final question, what is the probability that 8 or more flights leave on time? In a situation like that, we go back to the cumulative. 8 or more includes everything but the bottom 7. So I use cumulative for 7 and I get my probability. It's quite small, okay, about 2%. And then just to keep in mind, your answer button works quite well because I really want to go 1 minus that. So I go memory, I go menu, back to run, I go 1 minus, and I use my answer button, and it gives me that. Now I don't need to use the answer button, but the thing is it saves me transcribing it wrong or something like that, and I get it through. So that's all you need to know for your calculator for binomial.